Can we talk about the audacity of being yourself? The sheer audacity that it takes to say, fuck that, I'm about this, or I don't know what I'm about, but I'm going to figure it out. I'm not going to be told by whatever's coming at me in this world. Because the messaging is crazy. It's crazy. If you really just sit and are present, welcome to the Presence Project. If you're new, this is what we do here. Just literally sit in presence in your life, cutting out the bullshit and the fake and the just really revealing what's there. Who are you? Who really is there, and what's running the show as well, because sometimes it's not us, but it's something that's within us and that we don't even know that we can control, subconscious stuff that we maybe decided that we don't want to deal with right now, but then it's like running the show for us, things like that. Light fare we talk about here. Why not? But yeah, I just thought about just what it takes, the bravery that it takes to even just decide that you'll no longer, put on a mask for whatever reason. We all have our reasons for keeping the mask on, right? A lot of it stems from childhood, and like you needed to wear whatever persona you developed over the years, to survive. So that survival mask, then at some point, like, you start just believing that that's who you are, because that's who's acceptable, or that's how you survived as a kid. And then you didn't even know that that's what you were doing, was just surviving, right? And you go into your teenage years and 20s, uh and realize that, like, okay, I've come this far with this persona. Like, what does she want, or what do they want? You know, um, and then you build a life, and sometimes a great little life, or sometimes like awful things happen, but like you built a life on a foundation that was not real. So when we have these tower moments, as we call them, uh, particularly like if you're in your 20s and you're like, what the hell is going on? It's 30. It's just, you built a life on a foundation that wasn't the true you, so it had to come down. But in the rudest, worst way, sometimes we just like, come on, man. But consider yourself lucky. Like, if you're going through shit like in your 20s, then it's because, like, you woke up early, honey. Some people don't wake up until later. And it's not that it's ever too late, but sometimes people are like, damn, like, if I could just have woken up in my 20s, like, So if you're in your 20s, yay, this is actually good. It sucks to go through, but you're on the right track. Why? Because it's just things that were built that, like, as we look back, we can really see where there were like decision moments, one after the other, where we gave our power away, where we just, in order to please somebody, or in order to be loved, because that's how we thought submitting to what was given. Sometimes it's not obvious in your face, like I'm in danger, or sometimes it is, but like the more subtleties about growing up, that you make choices thinking that like you're making them, really it is like you completely giving your power to someone else, something outside of you that will hopefully return some love and validation and feeling like you're safe. uh we make so many decisions in our teens and 20s just based on like, this will make me feel safe, right? This will make me feel love as I step into the world, right? Like I'm a grown up now. I'm stepping in, right? And so when that foundation collapses, it's just an opportunity to really get honest and say, okay, but who am I then? Who am I really? And what do I truly want? What do I truly desire is better. Um, and I can be completely 100% with you about the fact that we don't, if when you're in survival mode, what you want is the very, like the last thing on your mind, right? You're just like, I would just like to survive and not feel this weight on me. And then maybe I could think about what my goals are, or like something cute, like what would I like for the future when I know that like I'm safe. And I know a lot of us are going through literally just, either you're in survival mode right now or you're just getting out of it and you don't know how the fuck to act because you don't know what it's like to be safe, right? So either way, if you're in the survival, like eh, at least you understand that, right? At least you are familiar with it, and and you're seeking out, like if you're here, you're clearly seeking out content that can like light a fire in you, can like guide you, can like make sense of some of these feelings that we have on the journey to hopeful safety, right? But if you're in the thick of unsafe, um just know that that's like, maybe find some comfort in the fact that like, at least I know I'm struggling, like, right? But just to give you the perspective of like, when you get out of that, which you like, the thing is, it's inevitable. You will get out of that struggle, and you will find safety and peace and light and like, relief. But when you do, it's just interesting how your brain like won't accept it. It won't accept the peace, bro. It will not accept the peace for a while. Like, so I guess that's more where I'm at right now, where, and if you're there too, where like, if you've struggled and you're coming like on the other side of it, but you're like, I don't trust nothing. I don't trust nobody. What's coming? Like, but you are so good at, scraping by, right? That you're just like, okay, give me my next challenge because I'm going to overcome that too because I'm a beast. Like, if you're there, like, we got to face facts that the struggle bus has left. It has left. We have reached the side of the road or whatever where, we're going to chill for a minute. Because now it's time to like, oh, I'm going to reap some beautiful benefits to this struggle now. Like, what? What? No, give me some more challenges. Like really? No, we're done with that. We're done with that. But it's a challenge in and of itself to realize that you're even safe, right? And I mean it like, if you're there, you know. But if you're like, what do you mean? I'm gonna feel so relieved. Yes, you're gonna feel so relieved when that thing that's like pestering your brain, like that money needs to come now because I need to do this. Or like I need that job that I want, or like that whatever you're like striving for, when that thing comes, like, yes, there is relief. Like, oh man, I did it. It's here. Thank God. Thank you, God. Thank you, universe. Thank you, everybody. But the relief doesn't last because your nervous system isn't quite calibrated to peace yet, to inevitable success, to like, oh, so it's supposed to be all good now, all for me now. Yeah, it's supposed to be. And it doesn't mean that you won't have challenges, but nothing will challenge you the same way again. Because you'll look at a challenge and you'll go, that's not a challenge. Like, you will laugh in the face of danger. Ha 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 ha. Like Simba said in The Lion King. But it's true. Like, no challenge after what you've been through, no challenge is ever gonna have the same effect on you as that did. You're too strong. The audacity. I come back to the audacity to understand yourself enough to be like, oh damn, like I'm not the same. I'm here now. I can't, as much as I would want to, lower myself to meet whatever challenge, like I'm up here now, babe. So the new challenges, like they're gonna be like, ooh, more money, more problems, like first world problems, like things that you're like champagne problems, as they call them. So things that like really challenge you and really annoy you and really like, why is that happening? But it's never gonna be like that, like you were back then when like really maybe some of your first challenges, like, oof, you'll never be caught with that. Like, and that tender heart that you had, that like naive, like, it's something to honor as well, to be like, damn, look at that baby me who was so open, to the world. And then, right? But you were so open. You're such a little baby, But you can be that little baby again. But a baby with a playbook up here, right? With just the wisdom. You can't go back. You can't go back. But I do encourage us to really get as close as you can to that open-heartedness, because that's how the miracles come. That's how the magic happens, when you're like, God, universe, I am open for whatever you got, because I know I'm not alone. And I know that who I've become through these struggles, like that person that's going to face whatever you got, is a little like exciting if we put it in that frame, to like face it head on, because not because I got a wall up, because I did that for years, let me tell you, and then this is more like in your 30s after going through, right? There's a period of like, oh, I am never, you will never, and you won't, and the walls, very necessary stage. Like, let me tell you, if you're in that, like, I don't give a fuck, nobody touching nothing stage, Um, respect, huge respect, because that's another level of the beast, right? And the only the only not not warning that I have for you, the only wisdom as someone who was very much that, like, after I've gone through my stuff, like, no one, like, come come for these hands. Like, that's the stage. If you're there, just be very careful in a different way, because the problem is when you got these up, that's what you attract. You start attracting people and circumstances and just events unfold that literally have you with your hands up like this. And so it's kind of like, it's the law of attraction. So you're just like, don't you ever, I don't want nothing from nobody. And this energy then comes at you like, we don't want nothing from you. You know what I mean? And you're like, whoa, that's not what I want. Like, I just don't want you trifling bitches. Like, I don't want the smoke, because, like, I will go crazy, right? But just remember that, like, what you put out is literally what you're getting back. And then that's the sad part of that stage of, like, I got my walls up, don't mess with me, don't. What you get is people literally, like, divinely sent to mess with you. To, like, can I get the wall down? Can I get the wall down? Yes, I got the wall down. Literally. Because you're like, no. And that no is like, oh no. So, it's gross. And it's a horrible stage. And you just fight until you're so beat up and tired that you just surrender and you give up, and you start to see it for what it is. It's like, oh, if I'm creating this, like, nah, I don't want any of that. So the walls don't serve. The open-heartedness and the love and the gift, like, because that's what you want to get back. But know that your intuition, your discernment is through the roof after going through that, so that these are your level ups, right? You're like naive in the beginning, you get pummeled, and then you put your walls up. Oh yeah, you attract a lot of shit, and then you're like, okay, no more walls. I'm gonna be soft again, and I'm gonna be open. But anything that does not align, like, once you're, number one, side note, when you align with the goodness that is for you, and that, like, you're like, this is me, this is my peace, the bad shit can't even reach you. They can't even reach you. It just doesn't even come into your sphere, which is like, oh, I was so ready to, like, protect my peace. Like, they just don't come back around when you're really aligned to, like, the goodness, that only good things. But if anything shady, based on, your level of alignment per day, may alternate, and, that's life. Like, sometimes we're feeling great, other times we're like, ooh, I know I'm vibrating low. If you're vibrating a little lower and you start to see that you're attracting something that you're no longer in alignment with, you're going to see it from, like, 80 miles away. And you're going to be like, oh yeah, no. Oh no, I don't do that. And it's not it's just like, no, it feels great. So, as someone older than, than 20s, if you're going through the different stages, just have something to look forward to, in that you have the audacity to be yourself. And yourself just means, like, I always wondered back in the day, like, they say, like, be yourself. Like, what does that even mean? And it's just through trials and tribulations, baby, you start to realize, like, oh, this is what I'm available for. And this is what I'm not available for. Like, I'm good with that. That's great. I'll take that. Bring more of that, please. That, oh, I know what that is. I can see it. And I don't owe nobody nothing. I don't owe anyone anything to put myself through anything just to make someone else comfortable. Ooh, that is old. That is so old. Like I would laugh in somebody's face right now if that, but I'm not even attracting that. That's where, I'm like, I wish, you're like, I wish a motherfucker would, but they don't. They don't. Because you already, so if motherfuckers would right now with you, just know you're in that scrappy stage, and it's more about you and your inner work releasing, like nothing to do with them. Like let those people just, you know but just know that this comes after, where you can just like rest in your own energy that you pulled back from those people, and just know that, wow, it feels good to receive what I was giving them. I'm receiving that because I just didn't even know I could give that to me. And that's what we're learning. That's the journey. So, oh my God, don't want to make this forever long, but you're doing so great. You are like right on the money. Just know that. And the more audacity that you have to just be like, and this is me. Ooh, ooh, you don't like it? I like it. I like it. And that's all that matters, You like it. You like it. So much love to you. And until next time.